Your life is measured in moments, seconds, minutes, hours, years. It feels like a relentless, forward-moving river carrying you from birth to death. We call this time. We measure it, we fear its passing, we try to save it, but we rarely stop to ask what it actually is. What if that's the whole point? What if the steady ticking of the clock is the most sophisticated cage ever built? What if linear time isn't a law of nature, but the bars of a cosmic prison, designed by a false god to keep you from your true, timeless self? You probably think an Eon, E-O-N, is just a really, really long time. That's what the prison wants you to think. But 2,000 years ago, the Gnostics knew another spelling. A-E-O-N. Aeon. And for them, the Aeon wasn't a measurement of time. It was the key to escaping it. Think about how we experience our lives. We're born, we age, we perish. A straight line. The Greeks called this kind of time Chronos, sequential, quantitative, unforgiving. The time of history, deadlines, decay. Chronos is the master of the material world, the warden of our physical bodies. He governs the heartbeat of decay, birth, growth, death, the loop that keeps us moving but never arriving. He whispers that the past is gone forever and that the future finite. That anxiety you feel, always running out of time, is the sound of your chains. The Gnostics said that sense of wrongness is madness. It's clarity. The first spark of awakening inside a gilded cage. They taught that the material universe and the linear time that governs it is a flawed copy of a higher, perfect reality, a prison not of steel, but of perception, and its chief architect was a false god. You are not a creature of Chronos. You are a being of the Aeon, and you've simply forgotten your native language. To understand the prison, you have to meet the Warden. In Gnostic myth, the creator of the material world isn't the true God, but a Demiurge. From the Greek, Demiurgos, public craftsman, a cosmic artisan who mistakes himself for the source. He is the lion-headed serpent, blind power without wisdom. In the Apocryphon of John, he declares, "I am God, and there is no other God beside me." That's not faith, that's ignorance. In his blindness, he fashions a universe that copies divinity, but never captures it. He builds laws, physics, and linear time, the operating system of control. Chronos becomes his masterpiece, a feedback loop of birth and death, keeping souls recycled and forgetful. He's not alone. His enforcers are the archons, rulers, governors of illusion. They're the forces of conformity whispering in your mind, "You are your body. The world is all there is. The clock is your master." The Gnostics saw them, both outside and within, as fear, doubt, greed, and despair. Every whisper that keeps you small is an archon at work. Beyond the counterfeit cosmos lies the Pleroma, the Fullness. It is the boundless ocean of divine light, the consciousness of the monad, the one beyond all names. The monad doesn't create through effort, it emanates reality as light flows from a star. Those emanations are the Aeons. An Eon measures duration. An Aeon embodies divinity. Each Aeon is a living principle. Mind, truth, life, wisdom. Together they form the luminous currents of the Pleroma. Imagine the Pleroma as an infinite ocean. Each Aeon a unique current within it, distinct yet never apart. Here, there is no ticking clock, only eternal presence. And within you lies a spark of that same ocean, a fragment of the divine light, Sophia's secret gift hidden inside the human heart. That ache for something more, that's divine homesickness, the memory of the fullness echoing through the prison walls. Sophia, wisdom herself, longed to know the unknowable. Acting alone, she tried to emanate creation without her divine counterpart. The result was not perfection, but distortion. A formless being she cast out in shame. This outcast was Yaldabaoth, the Demiurge. His birth tore a wound in eternity, and through that wound time began to bleed. From Sophia's sorrow condensed the substance of matter. Fear, confusion, grief turned to gravity. Banished and ignorant, Yaldabaoth shaped a universe in imitation of the one he could no longer see. He built his realm, crowned himself God, and set the clock running. Yet Sophia rebelled. When he breathed life into Adam, she hit a spark of her own divine light within him, a code, a memory, the seed of return. The world's suffering then is not punishment. It is the sound of wisdom calling her children home. If this journey through forbidden knowledge is awakening something in you, that flicker of remembrance, please subscribe and continue the heist. There's more to uncover. We've seen the prison, the warden, and the treasure. So how do we escape? The Gnostic answer is not worship. It's Gnosis. Not information, but revelation. A direct knowing that awakens the spark inside you. The Gnostics spoke of two modes of being: psychic, bound to Chronos, living by the Demiurge's rules, and pneumatic, spirit-filled, awake within the dream. To shift from one to the other is the true heist. It happens through contemplation, meditation, ritual, acts that fold time. They open cracks in Chronos, moments of Kairos, sacred opportunity when eternity touches the now. When you see from the Aeon's view, the past, present and future align into one living whole. You're no longer a prisoner on a conveyor belt. You are the observer, standing still as time flows around you. This is the Gnostic war, not against a god, but against ignorance. Your weapon is knowledge. Your victory, remembrance. We live in the age of Chronos on steroids. Our lives quantified by screens, ruled by the algorithmic pulse of endless feeds. The archons no longer haunt the heavens, they curate your feed. But the gateway isn't physical, it's inner revolution, to live in the world of the Demiurge without being of it. Each breath of awareness becomes a jailbreak, each act of stillness a window into the Aeon. When you sit in quiet observation, you step outside the stream of Chronos. When beauty stops you in your tracks, when connection ignites presence, that's Kairos. Living in the Aeon means realizing you are the stillness beyond all motion, the timeless witness watching time unfold. You don't escape the prison, you awaken and see that its walls were never real. We began with a spelling, EON, versus AEON. One measures the bars of the gate, the other opens the door. The Gnostics taught that time is not a law, it's a limitation. That the Demiurge built the clockwork world, but Sophia hid a spark of eternity in every human heart. The spark is the memory of the Aeon, the pulse of the true God, beating beneath the illusion of time. You can still live by clocks and calendars, but never again as their prisoner. Seek the moments of Kairos, the tears in the fabric of time, and through them step into the eternal. Live in the world as the gods. May we all learn to step outside the clock, if only for a breath, and remember the boundless fullness from which we all, you and me, came.